Hey, this is Matt once again. What about to the videos? Another paid request, this time for Alex. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now, this is for a 1997 film called Misbegotten, which I never heard of. And the cover is pretty deceiving. When you look at that cover, you think there's going to be some supernatural movie or, I don't know, what the. None of that is in the movie. There's no lightning. There's no psycho babies, or it's not Rosemary's Baby. It's not The Omen. It's more to the tune of The Hand That Rots the Cradle, that type of thriller. But if it was a guy instead of a woman, just pretty much you got Kevin Dillon, who I love in the Blob remake from 1988. He was also in Platoon, among many other movies and TV shows. He's a guy who's a psycho, but he really wants to be a dad. And you can tell he's a psycho from the beginning because one of the very first scenes is him taking the car of a songwriter, taking him hostage, trying to chat with him and saying, "What do you do for a living? You're a songwriter? Okay. Hey, why don't you hum a dramatic song? Huh? Like it was a movie. Does this feel real? Or does it feel like a fucking movie? Come on. Hum a dramatic song that you would compose during a scene like this." So, one that leads to another, he wants to be a father badly, so he becomes a sperm donor. And the process is successful for this couple. The couple's played by Lysette Anthony, and I thought she looked familiar. She was the princess in Krull, the film from the 80s, the fantasy film Krull, Krull. And then her hubby is Nicky Mancuso, who was one of the bad guys in Rapid Fire, where Brandon Lee, he was the guy that goes, "Not the face, not the face," and Brandon Lee then punches him in the face. Now, before I go on, two interesting things about this. Number one is directed by Mark L. Lester. This is the guy who did Class of 1984, Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger, Showdown Low Tokyo with Dolph Lundgren. Now, this movie isn't as good as those films, but I didn't mind it. And it was a little bit better than I thought it would be. And it's better than some of Mark's later films that were like Sci-Fi Channel slop, in my opinion. Because Kevin Dillon is a big reason. If you don't give a shit about Kevin Dillon, I don't know how much you would care about this movie, but I did. I really do like that actor. I've liked him, and even in low budget films, there was one. I forget what it was called. Not remote. Was it Remote Control? I forget the name of it. And like he's done other stuff too, and always liked him. But did the Blob remake? It always goes back to me. And I thought Kevin had the charming personality. Like he meets the mom, the upcoming mom, the pregnant mom, and he doesn't tell her who he is at first, of course. So, for example, her car's not working, and he helps her out. Her husband doesn't make the breathing exercise, so he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm here with my wife. She's over there, busy. I could help you." Because he really, really wants to be a dad, and he really, really cares about this. The other thing is that this is written by Larry Cohen, the guy who gave us films like The Stuff or To the Winged Serpent. And he wrote this film. And I could see a few of his little touches that make the film, at the very least, watchable. I mean, at times the look of the film feels like a TV movie quality, or I guess I would say direct to video quality. The music is very, very melodramatic. Like the music at times is it's trying very hard to make you feel something to the point it was detrimental. I hated the musical score in this. But again, there's a few touches in this movie that I could see a bit of the Larry Cohen influence. For example, Kevin Dillon's name is Conan, and Nick Mancuso hears this. He's like, Conan? What, Conan the Barbarian? What kind of fucking name is that? At the end of the opening with the songwriter bit, oh, you made songs for movies, huh? Yeah, they had that whole bit. Give a little bit different type of twist. And yeah, I think Kevin Dillon made the film work and fairly watchable for what it is. There's a little bit of action. I wouldn't say big action set pieces, but there's a little bit of action, a little bit of blood squibs. I think with Mark L. Lester's past in action films like Commando and Shogun Little Tokyo, that was nice to see a few squibs, a few machine gun bits of fun, a few explosions, car explosion, van explosion. So I wasn't expecting that with this movie. I mean, yeah, Mark L. Lester's directed it, but I didn't expect that there'd be a bit of machine gun action, but there is. So that was kind of being an action fan. That was a nice little surprise. Like I said, it was a decent time waster. Like, let me get into spoilers. Like I said, the songwriter at the beginning, guy tries to run off. Kevin Dillon shoots him. Practical blood squibs, which is sad that a film like this can have blood squibs, but bigger budget films, we can't do that. Can't tell me budget when this fucking film has it, and I doubt this film had the biggest budget. And then there's this girl that he goes to, that he's able to find the information of who is pregnant with his kid, was supposed to be classified, and then he does kill her as well. Another blood squib. And then this is heavy spoilers. And the film's on YouTube for those interested in watching. So again, Kevin Dillon's trying to work into it. And then, like, one bit of surprise I thought was nice was that Dillon pretty much reveals himself halfway through. Usually it would be waiting until the third act or the last 20 minutes. Oh my god, no, we're like 40 some minutes in and he reveals who he is. I'm like, okay, a bit earlier than I thought. Let's see where this goes. Nick Mancuso, that's one of the detriments to the film, is that I don't think he's used as well as he could have been. Not nearly enough. I think he's a good actor. I think he could have made a good personality for the film, but he's not in a lot of the first half. It's more about Kevin Dillon and the lady from Crawl. Like I said, Anthony, it's more about those two. Nick Mancuso's kind of, there's a couple scenes. There's a bit where Kevin Dillon pretends to be someone else and tries to put ideas in Nick Mancuso's head, but not a whole lot for him to work with. And then, I don't know, 50 minutes in, Nick confronts Dillon. They get into a struggle. Nick gets killed. But another little touch that, I don't know if Larry Cohen was influenced by Seven, but there's a baby shower, and she's opened up a box, and it's her husband's head in it. Nick Mancuso's head. Helfa's present for... Oh, that just seemed like a Larry Cohen thing to do. A baby shower has the head of your husband. Why not? So soon after, she gets in touch with the cops. She needs to go to the hospital. The cops are there. Kevin Dillon pretends to be a patient, gets in there, starts killing some cops. Not like Terminator or Maniac Cop 2 style, but kills a few cops and kidnaps her. The cops find them. There's a standoff, and you have Kevin Dillon shooting cops. You got Kevin Dillon using a machine gun. I forget what kind of machine gun it is, but it's not Uzi. It's a was it MP5 or I forget what it is. But it's like, wow, I didn't expect. Again, Mark Lesser's directed. I should have expected that, but at the same time, like, wow, cool. We got a bit of an action film now, where he's a standoff and he's fucking up the cops. And yes, you could argue, well, how come Kevin Dillon can hit all the bad guys? Kevin Dillon never misses, and the cops always miss. But I mean, how many times is that reversed, where the good guy always hits the bad guys, or the bad guys always miss the good guys? Here's a bit of the reverse, so I could deal with it. Oh, another bit of Larry Cohen dialogue is when they're in the hospital and Dylan is verbally assaulting the girl, and he's like, you know how hard, like, talk about what he did to her husband. You know how hard it is to do with an electric knife? Let me tell you something, it was no fucking butterball. The turkey butterball, and of course she gets pissed at that. Again, that seemed like another Larry Cohen line, so again, not the best Larry Cohen written film. I mean, Larry had his hand in films like Cellular, which I quite enjoy, with Chris Evans. Phone Booth, quite enjoy Colin Farrell. Like I said, Maniac Cop films. Like I said, it brought the typical stuff of this fair a few, couple steps up. And even the finale, where he's killing the cops, he's trying to get away, she gets a gun, follows him, and big spoilers, they have a standoff. She shoots him 6 times. You see all the squibs. And then, Larry Cohen tries to do a little bit of a bit at the end of the film where she's upset that she's pregnant with this guy's baby. Seems like she doesn't even know she wants the baby. So the doctor fucking lies and says, oh no, it was your husband's. I mean, I know we said it'd be a rare occurrence, but lo and behold, here we go. If you want, I got the stuff here. And then she's like, oh, she seems happier. And then you see the doctor burn the shit. I guess so that to save a lawsuit and save his own ass. So technically, she now believes it's her husband's baby, but in reality, it's Kevin Dillon's baby. And then this like weird shot. I don't really know what the purpose was, but I can kind of guess, where the camera kind of swerves outside and it has this like very dun 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 music as two people playing with a kid. I don't know. I guess just the estate. I don't know. Just its parents playing with the kid. Uh, I didn't really deal with the fuck the point of that was. I really don't. I mean, I guess about family and this Tim Dillon wanted to be a dad, and there's a dad playing with it. I don't know. It just felt like a weird thing to put in there. The whole thing. Uh, I guess you say it makes at least a little bit of a different type of ending, where it's not downbeat, but I guess maybe Larry Cohen wanted to throw a shot at doctors, how they saved their own ass at the hospital establishment. I don't know. Maybe he had a bad checkup from a doctor and said, "Fuck this doctor. I'm gonna show them. Go say you're lying piece of shit." Although technically even though he was doing it for his own selfish reasons, he did help out because it seemed like she didn't want the baby. Maybe she'd give it up. But here now she don't love the baby. So I guess in a way it's a lie that's going to help in the future. I don't know. It's kind of just a weird thing to throw in there. But again, like the film, Kevin Dillon was the high point. He was the highlight. I think if you're me, if you like Kevin Dillon, like the actor, it's a good, fun showcase for him. I think he could be charming, but he could be menacing. He's having fun with the role. Like I said, Anthony, it was just cool to see the lady from Kroll, because that's the film I grew up with. I went, oh, she's in this film. Although I'm trying to remember if she was dubbed in Kroll. She might have been, but obviously not in this. Ned Hughes is nice to see. He's a good actor, but he's very underused. I think he could be utilized a lot more. There's a couple. I mean, I gave him away, but there's a couple nice little surprises I didn't expect. I didn't expect the head in a box for a baby shower scene. I didn't expect a bit of an action finale with a couple. I did cars being blown up or I mean, it's nothing like the stunts in the ambulance. But that's another Larry Cohen film I like. It's my favorite Larry Cohen film. But I say for this type of thriller, they say in the Hand that Rocks the Cradle, that type of era of those type of thrillers. I'm trying to think what other. Yeah, I guess that's really the one that comes to mind. It's I didn't think it was that bad of a movie. Did not think it was that bad of a film. Like I said, it does have the look and feel of a from the title sequence, like how the titles pop up and the font of the title and the music. It does have a direct-to-video vibe to it. It does seem like a theatrical movie, but other than that, there's maybe a few goofiness to some bits of the script, but that was kind of part of the fun of it as well. So with that said, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye bye.